Let's see what happens. We just might be live. I'm going to go double check now.
Okay.
Let's see. It is. Yep, we're live.
Sweet.
We back. We are back. I apologize that was a thing. Apparently, I don't know. I think it was OBS. I don't think it had anything to do with like my actual internet.
Oh wow.
I actually don't think it had anything to do with any of that.
Well, that sucks. OBS. Well, is yours updated? Because I don't update mine.
Yeah, mine's updated.
You think that might be what maybe the new update kind of fucks them off?
Probably.
Gotcha.
Which there we go. All right. Okay. We are back. We are back. I apologize. I wish that did not take as long to figure out as it did, but it did. So here we are. Anyway, I feel like, dude, that just it kind of fucked up my whole vibe too. Like,
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Cause it's gonna be okay.
You could
I'll
go,
mess with.
You could go read that. Makes yourself feel better.
What's that?
Right down.
I already read it.
Read it again. It's good.
I don't want to read it again. It was good. It wasn't that good. It was good. It wasn't that good. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a cool story. See, so that's the weird thing for me is that when they do stories like that, which are very clearly Elseworlds stories, I'm never as much invested in it as I could be because I know it doesn't count. And usually when they do shit like that, they go so far out of their way to make shit so weird and different that sometimes I'm just kind of like, I just like it the other way.
I'm just going to take that as you being upset because this took so long, since that was just some foolishness that was just spewed out of your mouth. So I'm just going to take that. I'm going to chalk that up to he's upset because OBS was being a bitch.
That's what OBS was being a bitch. It was being I mean, that is a matter of public record. But no, it just I liked it. I'm not as in love with it as everyone else is. It is what it is. It's the same. It's same as Secret Empire. I liked it. A lot of people hate it.
Glad it did it now and not when civil rights leader Donnie Cates was here. Jesus Christ.
I'm still tripping on the fact that that folks were in the chat that for real thought Donnie Cates was black.
I don't understand it.
Like I don't get because they're like, any the guy that wrote Black Panther? Like, that's Ta-Nehisi Coates, man. Ta-Nehisi Coates, pimp.
It infuriates me because you all saw that thumbnail to the Blerd Cave 24 hours before the Blerd Cave started.
That was two of the whitest white men to ever be white.
Like, bruh.
Jack Fellham with the $5 super chat says, working from home today, so I'll be able to watch this week. Here's a little something for the Blerd Cave stripper fun. Hey, we appreciate you.
Hey, we love
it. Because we always got to put some singles in some thongs.
Nah, you got to put some singles in. I don't like spending money like that. You make it rain. I make it hail. I throw quarters at them. How was Ryan Stegman, Carter? Ryan Stegman was great. Chip Zdarsky was great. Can't wait to do that again. It was really fun.
Yeah. It was like I said, I was on the outside looking in, but it was fun to watch. I was working on things. Some of you may have noticed. That's actually why, like a lot of times, if people ever notice, like I'm never particularly like active in the Discord or much anywhere else for that matter, because I'm usually working on shit. Like if I'm at my computer, I'm working. Like that's kind of the rule. And if I'm working, I'm not the best company.
Yeah.
Like there's been times like I've tried, like I'll be like, hey, I'm just fucking around, and I'll be like, yeah, if I'm just like editing or whatever, that's cool. But like a lot of times I'm like doing research and trying to like get shit like done a specific way, and it's like I become very poor company. But if I'm just editing, yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, I'm easy to talk to. But otherwise, kind of like, yeah, I got nothing for you. Also, dude, can I just want to do a little PSA. Speaking of those things,
Okay.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, sisters, brothers, others, kings, queens, cosmic beings, please don't ask for my phone number.
Wait, what?
Don't make it weird. Don't ask for my phone number. I don't know.
When was this?
I'm not putting any specific names on blast. I'm just saying, don't ask for my phone number. It gets weird. It makes me feel weird. It makes me feel weird. And yeah, I just don't want to do that. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Wait. No, like there's been times that like, and honestly, the reason why I say is because I've made that mistake before, and I have, yeah, that's all I'll say. They do be sliding in. I'm gonna start doing like Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman. I'm gonna turn my shit to just off.
Man.
Like just put my DMs just off. Like you want to contact me, you have to email me like you want them telemarketers or some shit. I had somebody email me the other day, said, why did you skip our meeting? I was like, what meeting? I didn't agree to shit. And it was very accusative. It was a very accusative email too. It was like, It was in the subject. It was like in all caps, I think. Like, why did you skip out on our meeting to discuss blah blah blah? And I was like, for one, I didn't agree to no goddamn meeting. Two, I don't even look. I had to pull Thanos. I was like,
who are you?
I was like, I don't even know who you are.
Wow.
But yeah, that's how motherfuckers be doing.
Comic questions, lore, general geekdom. We are all about it.
Mm-hmm.
About your livelihood, your well-being, why this girl dumped you, why your wife is cheating. Go pay for a fucking shrink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm and like I said once again, I'm not singling anybody out. Just saying, just throwing.
No. This is coming from my Twitch experiences.
Oh yeah.
I am someone you can laugh with. We are the equivalent of the motherfuckers you would listen to on the radio. We are not your therapists.
No. I'm actually the worst. I'm actually the worst for that because you know what I'm gonna tell you?
What?
That's a damn shame. That's the best I can do. Dude, ask my wife. I don't have a Mother Teresa's bone in my body. I'm usually just kind of like, damn, that's fucked up.
See, the difference though, and I think you're a little bit more compassionate than me, is because you're saying actual words.
Oh yeah.
I can't do that. All you get from me is,
What was it?
Yeah.
I've actually been trying this out just to see how awkward it makes things. There was this deal I saw. I was watching on Netflix. It was a Dion Cole comedy special. He was talking about how he said the best thing you could say after having sex with somebody is just look at him and go, well. He said that's such a final way to end things. You just, like he said, could you imagine you just laying in bed next to a woman and she just look at you and go, well, and just walk off? Like, dude, that's what I'm gonna start doing from now on. Bubbers will be telling me life stories, be like, well. But yeah, as black people, I know this is a New York thing too, because I know a lot of New Yorkers do this, but black people in general do this. Is when someone tells you a story that you don't give a fuck about, we always be like, damn, that's crazy. That's like code for I don't care. Yeah. My wife had to learn that the hard way one day. Like she was talking to somebody like out in the world, and like she was she was telling me their responses. And when she said that one of them said that, I was like, wait, were you talking to some black folks? And she said, yeah. I was like, oh, they didn't care about anything you had to say. She was like, what do you mean? I said, babe, when a black person responds to you with, damn, that's crazy. I was like, that's shorthand for I don't care. And that fucked our whole world up. Because now she's looking for that shit. Hell, sometimes she does it now. But no, was it Jason Davis with $10 super chat says off topic, but the pitch of the potential mutant fight club and Marauders is something I didn't know I've been fiending for. Orcus is scary. They need it. Dude, that was okay. So I want to be real about something.
Okay.
And this is the first time you'll ever hear me say this about this particular comic. When I read Marauders number 25, I actually didn't really know how to make a video about it because there wasn't really anything to talk about. But it wasn't until I got to that last page, I was like, there's something to talk about. Mutant Fight Club, Mutant Hunger Games. Let's go. Hell, they kill each other. Just bring each other back. Just make sure Xavier back them up before they go out there.
That's like, the question I was gonna ask. I'm like, didn't we already see they have a Mutant Fight Club with the
Quarry?
No, the Crucible.
Well, the Crucible is like a once in a while thing. It's like you do the Crucible like if you're trying to get your, like if you're a depowered mutant, you're trying to get your powers back or some bullshit like that. But like if you're now they have that and they have the Quarry, but those are like the Quarry is like like what Bishop was talking about is like it's basically a mutant by mutant basis. So like people like Callisto, Wolverine, Cable, Silver Samurai, Psylocke, so on and so forth. Those motherfuckers are cool. Because they're trained and they regularly fight in it. But like everybody else, if you get just like random degular everybody else, I boy ain't going out there like that. Look, he gonna get fucked off. But no, that was kind of the thing. It was like, and it's something that's actually been talked about for a while. I'm actually surprised it took this long to really lean into it. I don't know if that's what Jerry Duggan was aiming for when he put that in there, but I feel like it wouldn't have been there if there wasn't something to it. Like there wasn't like something that we would see later, even if it's not like something they make a big deal out of. It would just be something that that gets brought up every now and again. I mean, either way, I'd be here for it because I like fights.
So I need to pull up Marauders and then just go to the last page because I ain't read Marauders in a hot minute.
Well, okay, so the story that they've been doing lately, these last couple of issues, have basically kind of been an aside. They're basically setting up to get to Steve Orlando's run. They're basically like they've wrapped some, because I'll be brutally honest with you. So when the whole Cape Pride murder mystery and the revenge, everything that stuff came to play, and then maybe shortly after that, when they went into the whole thing where they were sending Storm off into the sunset because she was leaving the team. Kind of after that, they really didn't have a whole heap of a lot of. You know what it turned into? It turned into what X-Men was. Like it turned into what the Jonathan Hickman X-Men books were, like where it was just a bunch of like one shots and asides, and that's kind of what's been going on. They got there's some dude, what was it, Eden Rixlow, who's basically Lando Calrissian. But like if Lando Calrissian was an asshole, like if Lando never met Han again in Empire, that's what Eden Rixlow is. He's a motherfucker like, nah, I'm working with Darth Vader. He that dude.
I have to check that out because literally the last thing I read of Marauders is when Sebastian Shaw got stomped out like Stormfront. Then that's why I stopped reading like right after.
Dude, they beat the fool. they beat. Well, that okay, and that's the other thing. Like a lot of the X-Men comics lately, they basically just been like, hey man, let's put some respect on this mutant this week. And that's kind of what they've been doing. Like as X-Men, they spent pretty much the whole issue putting respect on Jean. Sword from last month, they pretty much spent the whole issue letting you know Storm wasn't nobody to fuck with. This week on Marauders, it was, man, do y'all remember that that Kate Kitty Pryde was trained by a whole ass evil ninja? Like as what was it? The quote at the beginning of the book was from Ogun. And you remember, like, that was the motherfucker that her and Wolverine used to fuck with. Like way back. And like, because that's the thing a lot of people forget. A lot of people forget Kate Pryde's a whole ass ninja. People be forgetting that shit.
You want to know why they're forgetting though?
Why?
Because Jean Grey and Aurora Monroe just got through singing goddamn Tony Braxton in the newest issue of Wolverine. That's why they forgot about it.
That's why they forgot.
That's why they forgot about it. That's damn near my pick of the week, just off the strength of seeing both of them.
Oh
just to know Benjamin Person knows what Unbreak My Heart is just like recommended.
Oh yeah, dude. He's like, oh yeah, no, Tony Brown. Dude, actually, what would have really fucked me up is if he would have had Bishop out there singing Keep Sweat. Got me twisted, girl. You got me twisted over you. Or Bishop was singing some Babyface. Like, oh, I'm never keeping secrets and I'm never.
I promise. Because when I
fell out.
I felt so nasty because I was already laughing at the scene of Gene trying to get Logan to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then when I turned that page and I saw the words and sang it in my damn head immediately. I'm like, no, they not singing some damn Tony Braxton in here.
Dude, that shit killed me. It about took me out. It legit about took me out.
That's why I don't understand why people have Wolverine and X-Force so low in their X books. Y'all ought to be ashamed.
Wolverine's actually not a bad comic. Like here's the thing I'll say about Wolverine. This is the one bad thing I'll say about the Wolverine comic.
Okay.
They'll be going on like a story thread,
and
then they'll just abandon that shit and start talking about something else. And like to the point that you'll forget, okay, case in point.
Like the vampires.
The vampire shit. They'll go hard in the paint with the vampires for about like 2 or 3, maybe 4 issues. And then it's like, oh, we ain't talking about that no more.
And I'll give you that. But who was that? I think it was Comic Book Herald or someone I saw on Twitter. That motherfucker had X-Force and Wolverine like tied at the bottom and had like the trial of Magneto over them. I said, you are smoking that good penis. What is wrong with you?
Oh man, Dave's good, man. Dave's good.
Those books, those are way higher than y'all got them.
Well, it's okay. Well, I'll tell you what.
He did have your favorite book at the bottom though, which made me laugh.
Which one? Oh, X Corp? Yeah, because we both hate. Dude, we both hate. Okay, look, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I used to feel bad about not covering X Corp because everybody's like, "Oh man, you should cover X Corp." No. Because I was like, why would I be mean? Why would I do that? Because all I would do is be mean. I would be angry.
Yeah.
Okay. How any of y'all here in the chat who have been with the channel long enough that y'all have seen me talk about shit I don't care about? What happens? I talk shit, and I don't like doing that. At least not in that fashion, because with me it's gonna come off hateful. Like I remember when people wanted me to talk about Superman.
Yeah.
Like way back, they wanted me like, dude, they were like, do the Superman and Lois comic, man. Do the breakdown that, because man, you should tell the you need to read the death of the New 52 Superman. Read that. And then I read it. I did a video about it, and people got mad because I was ugly as hell about it.
It's basically the equivalent of the Amazing Spider-Man story that will never be posted. The Amazing Spider-Man video that will never be posted.
Yeah, that shit came off. That shit came off hateful to motherfucker. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I went back, I listened to it. I was like, oh yeah, I ain't posting this. This is too hateful. This is too hateful. I was like, I was like, and you know what? Honestly, I'm glad we didn't too, because if Donnie Cates, if Ryan Stegman would have went back and saw that video, they'd have been like, yeah, no, we're not going on there. We're not going on. We're fucking with it. I mean, I'm not saying that would have been the case, but just saying it's one of those things. Like I had to kind of look at it and think about it from like the perspective of, criticism. I mean, nobody's above it, but it got ugly. It got
that Spider-Man video, and it wasn't intended to be.
No,
it was just. So let me tell my pal Ernie about this storyline. We'll say storyline, since I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, but we gonna get off of that subject before I say something I ain't got no business. Gokun Shuri's baby father with a $2 super chat saying Scott and Logan singing "Same Girl" by R. Kelly. Ooh. That's foul.
Dude,
I think somebody else said, "Nah, just have Logan singing Scotty Doesn't Know."
Scotty Doesn't Know. Oh Lord. Oh God. Dude, well, I don't know. I don't know how you can't know. The rooms are connected.
I'm gonna say, you know, Gene ain't in the bathroom that long.
Let me tell you something. Hell, they need to change something to Gene don't know. Because I ain't gonna lie, man. Scott Wolverine. You never know.
I feel bad for her just off Logan though. I feel bad because you got to realize. I think only one comic has really gone into detail about it, but you got to remember, Wolverine can't swim because he sinks.
Sinks to the bottom
because he's heavy as fuck because he has metal inside of him. I feel bad for Gene's walls. So I'm gonna say, we can move on. We can move on.
When he put her in the Steiner recliner, I bet she'd be hollering. But no, if I see someone asked about the video, if you're talking about the Spider-Man video, we never posted it.
Yeah, we never posted it.
The Superman video is still there, I believe. The Superman video is still a thing. I never took that one down. I left that one up because
as a lesson, don't ever do some shit like this again.
Yeah. Don't like that's what I tell people. When people ask me to do shit and they're like, hey man, can you do this? Because I think it would be cool. Nah, you don't realize what you're asking me. You don't realize what you're asking me to do is what that is. Matter of fact, I'm actually looking for the video right now. I'll post if I can find it's from like way the fuck back. Here it is. Found it. It was is this one right here. Get a shareable link. Boom. And here. This is the video. That was like from very early in my YouTube career. That video came out in 2018.
In your defense, Superman Rebirth was awful.
I like Superman Rebirth. Talking about the Peter Tomasi.
No. What I'm talking about when they combined them, when they combined the old school Superman with the new 52.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was Superman Reborn or something like that.
Okay, I said okay,
yeah. But yeah, it was in Peter Tomasi's run, but yeah, it was convoluted and stupid. That part I saw
some people talking about New 52 Superman just wasn't good. He got good toward the end. And then that Reborn shit happened when DC was trying to have their cake and eat it too, saying, see, they're both of you all Supermen. And everybody just said, fuck out of here.
Because basically what they did is they killed off New 52 Superman by basically having him burn out. Well, he literally burned the fuck out. And then they revealed that like the Superman that was running around at the same time was like the Superman.
It was from Convergence. That storyline nobody talks about.
And I remember actually having to talk about that when I made that video, dude. I was so angry talking about that. I was just like, ugh. I don't know. It may not come off that way to some people, but for me, I could feel the venom in my voice talking about
I was working at a Hastings when Convergence came out, and all those y'all been pissed at Marvel for their tie-ins. Good Lord. Look up them Convergence tie-in books from DC back then. Lord have mercy. Convergence had tie-ins for tie-ins. We had shelves. I'll never forget this. When Hastings went out of business, we had shelves and like a good 8 drawers of comics that were already bag and boarded that was just Convergence shit that no one bought.
Damn. Dude, Convergence was God. See, that's the thing. Like, so for me, I came in on Convergence like after the fact. And when I started, looking into it, because I was doing that video, doing research as you want to do. I just got angry. I became irrationally angry.
That's bad when you can say yourself that I don't know why I was like that.
Yeah, no, I was just like, this is so stupid. Like, I'm just sitting here, and I remember, okay, so, all right, I'm going to give y'all I'm going to show y'all how the sausage is made a little bit. So when I make a video, this is my process. I record the audio for said video. and then I chop it up. I actually have a preset in Adobe Audition that cuts out all silence. So any moment I'm not speaking gets cut out. And then I put my little presets on it and I throw it into Vegas Pro, which I know so you're probably thinking, well, if you're using Adobe Audition, why don't you use Adobe Premiere? And I'm like, because that shit takes too long. There's shit that I can do in Vegas Pro that takes me that amount of time. Premiere, I'm sitting there for 5 minutes trying to figure out some shit that takes me 2 seconds in Vegas Pro. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. The most time consuming process of my editing is editing my audio. Because I'm going in, I'm cutting out all of my ums and ahs for the most part. Anytime I take too deep a breath between words, and sometimes just cutting out excess space between words to kind of make the video shorter. Do you know how much I hate hearing the sound of my own voice? Imagine how much I hate the sound of my own voice hearing me bitch about something. And then to have to hear it over and over and over again, because not only do I have to hear when I'm editing the audio, I need to hear when I'm adding in the images.
Yeah.
That shit gets old real fast. But yeah, it just is what it is. But I saw Sammy will try to say ironically that's the video on why I'm a subscriber to the channel.
Wow.
Hey, but I appreciate that because that means you're an OG. That means you're a triple OG because you've been around since like the beginning. Because I did that video shortly after I started. So yeah, that I appreciate. Tubes one with the $5 super chat says there's a story at the end of Trinity 2016 run that I'm pretty sure teased death metal years before it happened. I'm not surprised.
I forgot there was a book called Trinity.
Yeah, that was
I forgot about that book.
Yeah, no, I remember Trinity because it was literally just like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Yeah, I didn't really read it much though.
Yeah, I just remember that Francis Monopole was on art, which that's what kind of made me want to read it, but I can't remember it.
Okay, yeah, actually, dude, I forgot Francis Manipul was on. Okay, so yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
that's why you got me here. That's why I get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, that is true. He actually gets paid the big bucks.
Convergence was the human equivalent of getting a hate crime done on you, and the police are watching and don't help.
That is true. Yeah, like you know what?
Convergence was that bad.
Yeah, dude. Like you see them videos where the Karens. Where the Karens are going off on some black person in the mall, and like the black people call the police, and the police tell the black people to calm down.
Like, yes.
What? Me?
That's what it is. Dude. It's the equivalent of the Karens getting away with it, and you look like the asshole for recording it.
They're like, well, no, man, you need to go sit down and chill out. Wait, you mean the bitch yelling at me don't need to go sit down and chill the fuck out? Okay. Well, you know, you're being too unruly. I've literally just been sitting here. This bitch is wallowing in the floor, crying like a 2-year-old. The fuck? But no, Go Contrary's baby father says, no, wait, Scott singing I hit first by Ray J at First X-Men, First Club, Moore versus Destiny. Yeah, I can see that. Thank you for that $5 super chat. James Davis at $5 super chat says, we know Scott and James Wolverine are clapping. Hey, because they probably are. I mean, hey, I ain't mad at him, man. It's 2021, man. I ain't mad at him. Look, hey, do what you got to do.
Killing Wade. So many. I've talked about this with Ernie before, and I've talked about it with some other buddies of mine. That's one thing that kind of pisses me off about Scott Snyder's run, which is why my actual recommended this week is a certain book that brings a character back from that. But Jim Gordon as Batman is so unappreciated, and it was good.
Yeah.
The Snyder book. When he was in the Snyder book, he was good. His detective comic stuff when he was Batman was okay, but more just specifically when he was in Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Batman, Jim Gordon's Batman run was dope. I enjoyed it. It was good.
No, it was awesome. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I get
since we are talking about the fucking Bat family.
Yeah. Segways. Yeah, let's talk about some segways. You know what? Let's get this out of the way first because I don't want to be ugly for too long. We're gonna get to the Thunderbolts, Nova, and the Okoye shit here in a minute, but I want to get this out of the way just because technically this is a holdover from last week.
Yeah.
And we actually had some new developments that popped up the day after the cave. So I'm actually kind of glad we waited. So last week, Ruby Rose, who used to be Batwoman, she had, what's the best way to put this?
She had some tea to spill.
She has some tea. Yeah, I saw some would even say she had a good bit of tea.
Oh yeah, that was the Mrs. Winters gallon she had. That's what that was.
Dude, bruh.
There's a few people that won't catch
they won't get it. They won't understand it. But I'm gonna tell you what, we got it. Yep. We knew. We knew. Yeah. But no, man, she had some beef. Yeah, she had some beef that needed to be cooked.
Mm-hmm.
And it as it turns out, the tea that was spilled was something interesting. Basically, so she basically dropped the Instagram story. Is what happened. She dropped the Instagram story, and it was very interesting to me, if for no other reason than like she was just catching bodies. Like she was just throwing names out on everybody. Like she just didn't care. She was like, "No, I'm not." She's like, "I'm not you. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, nah. It was so and so. With the in the green shirt with the but he had a limp. No, she naming names
in the library with the candlestick. That's
right.
Yeah,
like she was going. Yeah, this ain't Colonel Mustard. This ain't Colonel Mustard with the with the Stacey Adams on. No, she said this. I'm naming names. And it was very interesting to me, just for, like I said, for no other reason than she was very specific. So basically, to give you the long and short of it, the main thing that she was talking about was basically saying that she wasn't fired, that she left. Yeah. And the reasons why she left, she was basically saying that it was unsafe work environment, that she we do the stories about how she had broken her back while she was filming scenes, and all this other stuff that was going on. And then let me see, there's actually, okay, here it is. There one of the things that she put on Instagram basically was basically she was calling out and she actually tagged these motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
She tagged Carolyn Dries, who's the showrunner for Batwoman, and she called out both Greg Berlanti and Sarah Schechter. And I don't mean she just name dropped them. She tagged the motherfuckers. Like she actually, she put the @ and Greg Berlanti at it. And I don't know if y'all know, Greg Berlanti is like the guy who's pretty much over all the CW Arrowverse shit.
Yep.
And she basically came out and said, I'm going to tell the whole world. I'm tell the world, Craig, the world, what really happened on that set. I will come for you so that what happened to me never happens to another person again. And so I can finally take back my life and the truth. Shame on you. That's her word. She said, shame on you. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. When white folks get mad and they say shame on you, I just be like, do I need to go to the corner? Do I need to go stand in the corner? Is that what I need to do? Okay. But yeah, basically what she did in her video, she said, cut to 3 weeks after this video, it's worse than abnormal. This was diagnosed years ago on set, but I got an X-ray. We would make our day. I have documented this for years. On top of that, I have enough documentation to make a 1-hour documentary. Pray tell, what else would you like me to share? The broken neck or the broken rib split in two and the tumor?
Jesus.
Basically she got fucked up on that set. Also they said that she addressed people who criticized her performance as Batwoman, saying that she was too stiff. She goes on to say that she might have done better if the series had been rewritten to accommodate her injury and her recovery time rather than expecting her to get right back into the cape and cowl, which I'm going to go ahead and say right now, probably was not easy.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, cause I don't know if a lot of y'all remember this. She actually didn't get to go to Comic-Con that year because she was in recovery. Okay. That was actually why when they were doing all the Batwoman promotion at Comic-Con, she was nowhere to be found. And then basically she said that she was also pissed off about how the company, CW, more likely, how they were really slow to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. Because I don't know if a lot of y'all realize this, but Batwoman was still filming when the pandemic went down. They actually, I want to say, I think they actually waited till they actually had a positive test of somebody with COVID before they actually shut down production. But like, yeah, and then there's other shit in here too. Yeah. She hasn't even, there's an even longer thing in here where she goes on talking about how, so in closing, please to my dear fans, stop asking if I will return to that awful show. Dude, she actually said that shit. She said that awful show. Mind you, she has tagged these motherfuckers in this shit. She says, I wouldn't return for any amount of money, nor if a gun were to my head. And this is in all caps. Nor did I quit. I do not quit. Yeah. She goes on to say, they ruined Kate Kane and they destroyed Batwoman, not me. I followed orders, and if I wanted to stay, I was going to have to sign my rights away. Any threats, any bullying tactics, or blackmail will not make me stand down. A crew member got third-degree burns over his whole body, and we were given no therapy after witnessing his skin fall off his face. Jesus. But I was the one, or she says, but I was the only one who sent him flowers and cards, and then we're told we had to do a sex scene without a minute of process. She said, we lost 2 stunt doubles. I got cut in the face so close to my eye in a stunt I could have been blind. Then she goes on to say, a woman was left quadriplegic, and they tried to blame it on her being on her phone, so much so CW didn't even help her to start with because they needed to, quotey fingers, investigate. So she had to do a GoFundMe. She's a PA. They work via phones. Her accident occurred because our show refused to shut down when everyone else did because of COVID. Carolyn Dries has no heart and wanted us to finish the season throughout the pandemic, and I told her it was a bad idea. I told her everyone was too distracted, constantly checking COVID updates, checking on Friends, and seeing Riverdale, The Flash, and Supergirl shut down already. I felt something bad would happen. And Carolyn Dries visited the set 4 times in a year, which is unheard of. But in those 4 to 5 visits, she decided she could tell me she knew my injury happened on set, so I should comply with the PI, yet later denied it entirely and said it happened during yoga. And she says, LOL, I don't do yoga.
Wow. See, this must be some new shit that she came out with afterwards, because people were giving, well, it was a lot of people that were giving her flack, and it was a lot of people that were also giving DC flack, just because DC basically, let's start with the people.
Yeah,
so all this information came out, and people do what they always do. The first question people started asking was, well, why didn't you say anything earlier? Which that always bugs me when that's people's responses off rip. You know, why didn't you say anything earlier? Why hasn't anyone else said anything? And then we had people bringing up the fact that she was apparently, because I never knew this, but apparently she was fired. You might as well just say fired from Orange is the New Black, because she wasn't the best person to work with. Apparently,
that was a lot of the rumor going around that she was difficult to work with.
Yeah, that she was very difficult to work with. But here's the thing, though. You can be difficult to work with. You can be an asshole. But when it comes to bodily harm coming to you, even though that person might be an asshole, you still have to look at them as a human. These are still human beings. These are still people's lives. Look at what happened with the poor lady and Alec Baldwin that's been going around.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a whole debacle.
You know what I mean? So, that was the one thing that was coming out. One of your, I don't know, I still like, this is one of your boyfriends, but Ray Fisher came out and he started bringing up the fact that he was on her side because it sounded like standard WB stuff. So when Ray Fisher came out of he was like an RKO. He came out of nowhere just talking about this shit. He went from being whooped on Dead by Daylight on Twitch to just randomly talking about this shit. So people had even more reason to try to bag on Ruby Rose for this. And and it's fucked up because you can't just immediately go to gaslighting and victim blaming. And then when DC finally came out and basically, and it wasn't even DC that came out, it was the Pop Vinyl that came out and said something first. Because his name got brought up.
Yeah, his name. Okay, so let's before we jump into that, I do want to say the last thing that she had to say. Before we get into what he had to say, because there was some other shit that went on too. She says that we shut. She said she was basically talking about how the woman she mentioned earlier that's a quadriplegic. She said that person will never walk again. Said we shut down the next day, not because she almost killed someone, but the government pulled it. And what she's talking about Carolyn Dries, not the quadriplegic.
Yeah.
She said, also, I fought people on set. Yes, not because I wanted to, but because I wanted safety. Ask anyone in hair and makeup what I did for them after 2 were hospitalized. The only people who came out and spoke was DeGray, who talk about unprofessional. Called my agent after my exit to find a way to leave, which she replied, break your neck, I guess. Yet slammed me in the press. I never raised my voice, never have. DeGray hurt a female stunt double. He yelled like a little bitch at women and was a nightmare. He left when he wanted and arrived when he wanted. He abused women, and in turn, as a lead of the show, I sent an email out asking for no yelling policy. They declined. I was late one time because I was in the hospital. Whoever does these stupid leaks, I'll find out who, but it's cameras who, after I left the hospital, said, yeah, well, maybe if people were not late, we would make our days. A kid, an egomaniac kid who worked 1 day a week, had the audacity, or the stunt double, or the stunt department, who were furious, even though I never blamed them. But I went on Fallon and spoke of my injury and didn't play the game. Aside from them, I was loved and loved my crew. Oh, and they wouldn't drive me to work and knew I couldn't legally drive after surgery, so they said, get a taxi.
How the fuck are hair and makeup people getting broke off on this set,
dude,
man?
Look, I got questions, man.
You pulling barrettes out of hair and you getting burnt up and fucking thrown across the room and shit. How the hair and makeup people getting fucked up on this show? But
bruh, yeah, that it's wild. It's fucking wild. But no, okay. So the guy in question,
Pop Vinyl.
The Pop Vinyl, who that was the name she brought up was Cameras.
That's Batwing.
That's Batwing. Yeah. And basically, so technically, Warner Brothers did issue a statement. They actually issued a statement that say like the day that all this shit was coming out.
Yep.
Warner Brothers put out a statement, and Cameras they put out a statement too. So basically what the statement was, I'll read theirs first because theirs is a little bit shorter, I would say, or I guess not shorter, but you know what I mean. They basically came out and said that we condemn comments made by Ruby Rose about DeGray Scott. Warner Brothers has found Mr. Scott to be a consummate professional and never received any allegation against him of bullying or of abusive behavior on his part. Mr. Scott was greatly respected and admired by his colleagues and was a leader on the set. And they also went on to say that despite revisionist history that Ruby Rose is now sharing online aimed at producers, the cast and crew, the network, and studio. The truth is that Warner Brothers Television had decided not to exercise its option to engage Ruby for season 2 of Batwoman based on multiple complaints about workplace behavior that were extensively reviewed and handled privately out of respect for all concerned. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
I know you don't like talking about him.
Yes.
But this is more so along the same lines of what they said when it came to the Ray Fisher situation.
Oh yeah, no, it's the same. It's the same damn thing. It's the same.
And to come out with that statement, I think is pretty insane. It's just she just saying all that bullshit because we fired her ass. That's the only reason she even saying something.
Yeah.
But dude, let's put that into let's okay, for the sake of conversation. Yeah. She telling on us because we fired her. You still getting told on.
Right.
You still did fucked up shit. She might be saying it because she got fired. That still does not take away from the fact that this is what she did.
Well, yeah. It reminds me, like, we've been in the workplace.
Yeah.
It reminds me of every time that like someone got fired from their job because they were talking a little too much truth. You know what I mean? Like someone was being very vocal about how shit at the job ain't right, or that the company isn't doing right by employees. And then after a while, shit kind of like dies down, and eventually that person ain't there no more. And then that person gets painted out to be like some kind of malcontent, or whatever, like some kind of dissident or whatever. That's what it reminds me of. The thing that I didn't expect was cameras. Because no one who was a part of the main cast actually really said anything.
Yeah.
But the cameras comes out. He hits this shit up on Twitter, and he's like, "Bat fam." I love this dude. Just he keeping it black. He's like, He said, "Fuck that shit y'all see on Batwoman." he said, "Fuck that straight lace shit y'all see me doing Batwoman." I'm gonna keep it real for a minute. Bat fam, I couldn't go the whole day without saying something. I love y'all. Don't think I haven't seen all the love today, but yeah, fam, she was fired. And it is very hard to be fired when you're the lead. Imagine what you have to do for that to happen. Since it was claimed she, quotey fingers, walked away last year, I'm sure some of you may be pretty confused or upset, and even more so that a lot of lies were spread today. Just know we have a lot of great souls working on this show, and none of this changes that from the top to the bottom. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I hate to be this guy. That motherfucker lied. That motherfucker lied. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that. Okay, because I mean, and maybe not, maybe Batwoman is a fine show to work on, but we know for a fact that CW shows have had issues with racism and racist behavior and shit going on in the past. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, nah, they straight. Like, nah.
Shottown Dan just brought up a good point, and then something that I did not know to be true. Every CW filming site is in Vancouver for one reason only: non-union workforce.
Yep. Do you know the only Arrowverse show that wasn't shot in Vancouver? Black Lightning. It was the only one that wasn't. All the CW shows, not just the Arrowverse ones, but all of them are shot in Vancouver. It's basically cheap labor. It's basically a cheap way to get labor and shit.
And here's my thing with Batwing. I'm not gonna say he's. You could have came from this a different way. You could have said something, or you could have said nothing.
Right.
But I feel like you're not helping your case by just pushing forward the narrative of, she got fired. Think how hard you got to do to be the lead and get fired, yo. That's why she's saying all this shit. You showing how young you are in this instance for that to be the main thing that you That's the main fact that you bring up.
That was the takeaway.
You don't say, hey, this didn't happen. This didn't happen. This didn't happen. This never happened. She's lying right here. The main thing you did to try to delete what she said was she got fired.
Mm-hmm.
And were you like this? Did you see these people get hurt? Do you know of this person getting hurt? I think who was it? Robo Strange in the chat is saying he protecting his bag. Of course.
Oh yeah, no, he's protecting the bag straight up. That's 1,000%. Because that's 1,000%.
You couldn't tell me that at some point we not getting that Batwing show down the line. And if I'm gonna keep my Batwing show, I need to come out and say something about this so people don't look at me in a negative light. I get that part, but the thing is, your ass should have said something a lot better than, yeah, don't listen to what she said. She just mad she got fired. That's the most high school bullshit I have ever heard.
Oh yeah, no, straight up.
Well, that girl just saying that I got a little dick because I smashed her.
Yeah,
that don't help your argument.
No,
yeah, you smashed, but she still said, "Yo, is
like this."
You know what I'm saying? So
you
it's
hit
like,
you hitting like this.
So like if that's what you were going to say, you should have just shut the fuck up.
Oh no, I would
have should have just kept promoting whatever episode of Batwoman is coming out
and
let the people with the big bucks write something for you to say.
Wait for your publicist.
Thank you. Wait for your publicist to say something. And then once more news came out, and everybody found out you were a piece of shit, then you can go ahead and you can speak out, you can speak up. But for you to come out and just say, yeah, it's a whole bunch of lies, y'all.
Oh yeah.
She lying, y'all. She got fired, y'all.
Well, here's the thing. She said she got more receipts. She posted on Instagram saying that I'm off to bed, but deciding between releasing Caroline's, and she's talking about once again Caroline Dry's email about not being an LGBT activist or feminist, but saying she could be one for others through the show. Basically saying that she's not going to advocate for anything LGBTQ related. At least or at least not in terms of like, for Ruby Rose, but she would do it for other people. And then basically she said, in example, monetizing gays is how she found the desire to, quotey fingers, make people feel included, or the email exchanges when I did leave and the truths in that from all three of them. Let me give them time to act privately, which is all I wanted. Mediation, not litigation. Appropriately, which should be fast considering when I went to hire a litigation lawyer, Greg had hired all of them. So basically saying that where there is some smoke, there's some fire, because if this wasn't a big deal, Greg Berlanti wouldn't be out here hiring up. You wouldn't be lawyering up the way he is. He getting this man probably would have got Johnny Cochran if he could. If Johnny Cochran wasn't dead, buried, and gone, he'd have hired Johnny Cochran too. Yeah, is basically what she said. This man hired up everybody. So yeah, I don't know. This is a hot mess. This is like watching a public divorce. Yeah, this is like you ever watch like divorce court? This is like divorce court for TV shows.
The only smart, it's funny, but it's like the only smart person that I have seen so far in this entire situation. Now you could have more information you're going to divulge, but Javicia Leslie hadn't said a word.
Oh, now she's been quiet. She didn't shut the fuck up.
Which is, and I'm trying to stay as gray area or just stay in the middle as I can, because we don't know what's true, we don't know what's not. But yeah, like your name got put out there, Batwing. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say nothing. Just let the lawyers handle it. Javicia Leslie is in the lead role now. I think one of the Instagrams, she actually brought her name up, not in a negative light, but just bring her up, just saying don't do anything to her. But my thing is, this is the individual who replaced her. This is somebody who could very easily let people know how her experiences are going, whether they be positive or whether they be negative. But if you don't, Just be quiet.
Yeah, like honestly, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's that easy. You ain't got to say. Look, just because you got something you think you want to say, don't mean you actually got to say it.
It's just
straight up.
This is like,
That's a
man,
fact.
this is all Hollywood, dude. There is a lot of money on the line. There are millions and millions of dollars on the line. You really have to remember you can't do the shit that you used to do in your younger days, or you can't do things that you're not a normal person. You're a celebrity now. You're a famous person now. So when stuff like this comes out on you, and your response is she just mad she fired, you make too much money for that to be your response,
bro.
You should just shut up.
Yeah, nah, like I wouldn't have said shit. Man, let's get to some super chats real quick. We got one from T1000 to 1999. The super chat says, "Love the content, brothers. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
We also got Eric Morgan with the $20 super chat. This one says, let's see here. Just a quick shout for the folk. Your recap videos, particularly X-Men, literally saved my cheap ass about $20 a week. Figured I'd pay it forward. Keep providing the great service you and Thick Nuri over here over there.
Wow.
LOL.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. We also got one from Poe Archery Media with the $5 super chat says, just dipping in to show love to my fellow Blerds. Hashtag Emma was right. Yes, she was. We also got one from the homie Jonathan Moto with $20 super chat says convergence equals elementary school production of Rent, the comic. Lord have mercy. That sounds like some terrible shit. We also got Talali House with the $5 super chat says fucking internet services. Gonna watch The Cave later. Today's my birthday, so I'm gonna join the festivities. Y'all have a lovely and safe weekend. Hey, well, first off, happy birthday,
sir. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. You have a good one, and I hope a safe and happy birthday. But like I said, we will get you back. Trust me, we understand those internet issues because yes. Anyway. Jonathan Moto with the $5 super chat says also get the motherfucking likes up. Thank you both for the great content. We appreciate it. Hey, y'all make it possible. Anthony Bolton with $2 super chat says the Court of Owls. CW wins again. Dude. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of how they are. They always win. Even when they lose, they win. We also got another one from Anthony Bolton with a $5 super chat says, Carter, what was it like recording with Andre 3000, a big boy on the art of storytelling? I ain't gonna lie. That caught me off guard. I wasn't ready. We also got LJ Brown with the £5 says, didn't the government investigate the Batwoman show for improper safety practices? P.S. I can't tell if Carter is a supervillain or an 80s rapper. you muted, by the way.
It's good because I didn't need to say the word that I said before I realized I was muted. Yeah, I kiss my ass. That's what you do.
Yeah.
It's Halloween and all that stuff.
Hey, I'm not mad at you, brother. I ain't mad at you. We also got another $5 super chat from Gokon Shuri's baby's father. Says, I don't know, man. This Batwing had been showing big little D energy for a while. Yeah, here's the thing. I ain't gonna lie. If I was that motherfucker, I'd have kept my mouth shut. Just based on the fact that you out here with a whole ass bobblehead Batman suit on. You need to be quiet. You ain't allowed to say nothing. I'm just saying. You know what? Let's
I mean, we got some more super chats. We got a $2 super chat from Anthony Bolton saying the Court of Owls. CW.
Oh, we caught that one. That one. Yeah, I got that one.
Oh, my mic is fucking going out. I didn't hear you say that at all.
No, I said that one earlier. See, I'm on my shit.
I see. See, look now. See, how is it going from your shit fucking up to now my shit?
Dude, transference, man. See, convergence. It's convergence.
It's what?
No, I said it's convergence.
Oh, see, okay. We don't need for my shit to start fucking up now.
No, we really don't. Here, let's go and get into the next thing because we're gonna have a little bit of a shorter. While we're speaking about Batgirl, dude, you know what I love to see? I love to see actors double dipping, getting that money twice. Brendan Fraser. This motherfucker is a whole ass robot man on Doom Patrol on HBO Max. This fool getting the DC bag twice. This man is going to be playing, reportedly, Firefly in the Batgirl movie that's coming out. He's going to be the main antagonist. I don't know. It's going to be really hard for me to take this motherfucker seriously. After he'd have been sitting here saying fuckity fuck shit fuck on motherfucking Doom Patrol. Look, he out here paying whole ass cam girls.
Oh God.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm not mad at him though. I'm not mad at the motherfucker though, because I'm here for it. I like to see motherfuckers get in the bag. You know what I'm saying? I like to see motherfuckers get in the bag. So
here you saying that he needs to lose some weight. I mean, this is Hollywood we're talking about. So I could see him losing a couple pounds because I know everyone's just referring to the fact of how big he is. And
yeah, he got big.
Yeah, he has gotten big. But here's the thing though. I will never disrespect any kind of famous person when it comes to weight. Ever since Christian Bale going from The Machinist to like
Batman
till Batman Begins, maybe not a month or two later. So there's no doubt in my mind that if he needed to tone it down a little bit, that
dude,
look
at Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
Remember he posted that picture?
Exactly.
Like, dude, Kumail Nanjiani is a writer and a comedian and an actor, a director. This dude was not the guy you would expect to see.
Lanky as fuck in Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah.
And now he is just that boy is the masterpiece.
Look! I thought that motherfucker's gonna put me in the master lock. Motherfucker be like, man, look, no, here's the master lock challenge. Motherfucker come out. Yeah. What was that shit? Motherfucker used to do? He would come out. He would pose.
Yeah.
And then like his music would cut off. And the lights would go off. They'll come back on. The light hit him. And he'd be like in a new pose. Dun, dun. Yeah. Dude, I remember that shit.
Plus, you all have to remember, Doom Patrol was shot a while back.
Oh yeah. Well, another thing else that I got to think about too is that he's mostly only doing the voice for Robot Man. It's a whole ass other dude on the set that's actually in the suit.
Yeah,
he's doing voice work, so he ain't got to be.
So he ain't got.
This man can eat all the Big Macs and cheeseburgers and McDonald's, whatever he want.
Yeah, and still play that Nintendo Switch.
Look, motherfucker be sitting here like this on set, just like. Oh, it's time for me to read my lines. Oh, let me put this in sleep mode. Hold on. Yes. What was my motivation again? Crazy Jane said some fuck shit. Okay.
And you know what trips me out about that? I never knew this about movies until recently.
Okay.
So there's a scene going on and it's two people talking. It's dialogue. I didn't realize this until I was watching behind the scenes from Logan.
Okay.
Everyone knows that scene from Logan toward the end of the movie when he injects himself with MGH and that old Wolverine come up at him. And he goes on the rampage. I never knew that after that was shot, Hugh Jackman then had to go into a sound booth and then make all the grunts and the sounds and the noise and stuff like that. I never knew that in films when we see two people talking, they're talking in that scene, but what's happening is they're going to a recording studio and mouthing over what they said. They're dubbing. They're basically dubbing.
That's
I never knew that fact.
If you ever watch a movie where like two people are talking and like they show the perspective switches to the person that like isn't talking, and then the person is talking like isn't facing the camera. You ever notice how sometimes their mouth is moving or their mouth isn't moving when they're talking? But that's why they do that, because the mic won't catch it.
Yeah.
The way the mics are positioned, it won't catch the sound in a way that would actually be usable. So they have to go back and dub the shit in. That's why shit always looks weird. Or like I've seen, like, it's one of those things I'm hypersensitive to. So when I see that shit, like, I'm just like, oh shit, like, oh, that's a dubbed in line. But Wolverine, they had to do that shit.
What was that? Sammy Wiltshire saying another great example was Chris Pratt. You are absolutely right. Going from that boy had a body like me when I first moved over. Chris Pratt he had the Gucci Mane coming from Parks and Rec, and then did Guardians of the Galaxy. So
anybody can beef up. Anybody can beef up.
Yeah, so there's no doubt in my mind Brendan Fraser could go from Cliff to Mummy Returns in a few months.
Oh no, easy, very easily. When I was let me get out of that. But no, I don't know, man. It is what it is. I'm interested in this Batgirl movie. I just feel like the DCEU is just really all over the fucking place. So I'm gonna reserve judgment to when we get something closer to seeing what this is actually gonna wind up being.
Yeah.
But the only thing we really know about this is, I think the only thing Brendan Fraser has even really been able to say about this, or anyone for that matter, or wasn't even him actually. I think this is just like the casting sheet.
Yeah.
For the film, basically just says that that it's for an actor in his 50s to 60s to play the villain who is described as a disgruntled former firefighter. That's basically what the call sheet asked for. And well, guess what? They got Brendan Fraser. So there you go.
I'm hoping he does a lot more damage in that film than what he did in Arkham Knight, because all I had to do was chase his ass in the Batmobile and shoot him.
So I'm
hoping you do more than that, Cliff. I'm really.
Oh yeah, no. We gonna need him to show out.
Yeah, because I lit your ass up in that Batmobile.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of slick want to go back and play. Did I tell you I bought Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I bought it. I'm thinking about if I actually get OBS to work, where I'm gonna try and stream it when I start playing it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna stream it on the alternate channel. I'm gonna try and stream it on the main channel. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. I've been hearing good things.
Yeah, no, I've been hearing tons of good shit. Carter, let's get into another quick thing before we get to our main thing. I want to get this out of the way. You heard about the new Iron Fist?
Yes, I did. I saw you talked about it on Twitter.
Okay. So like, yeah, so you know what time it is then. So yeah, we got a new Iron Fist that's gonna be on the way. This was announced yesterday. It's being left as a mystery as to who it is, but the book is gonna be helmed by Alyssa Wong and Michael YG.
That boy went from rapping to doing Marvel comics. That's what I'm talking about, YG.
Dude, you ain't shit.
This is a celebration.
Great Lord. Oh my God.
Great.
Anyway, no, so basically what's gonna be happening here is that they are gonna be debuting a new Iron Fist. There's gonna be a new person who's gonna be wielding the soul of Shao Lao the Undying, the power of Shao Lao the Undying,
the 36 chambers.
They have 36 chambers, all that shit. The 5 deadly venoms, the master of the flying guillotine, the golden arms, all the shit. But yeah, it's gonna be going down. Basically, what's gonna be happening is the Marvel basically posted this stating that that Danny Rand would basically be taking a break. Because it was basically like Iron Fist No More was basically what it was talking about. And then like The Dragon Awakens. There's all these different teasers and stuff. But basically what they did is they're for those who don't know, Danny Rand actually lost his Iron Fist powers during the Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon series that Larry Hama, David Wachter, Niraj Menon, and Travis Lanham did. So he doesn't have the Iron Fist anymore. But what they're doing now is a new Iron Fist is going to come up and take that person's place.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious to see how it plays out, because someone actually pointed this out to me on Twitter, and I'm actually looking now to see if I can actually find the image of this, because the image was actually pretty baller. Yeah, I'm pulling it up now. So go back. There it is. But yeah, someone actually they actually pointed this out. There was I don't know if there's gonna be any credence to this. But yeah, here it is. I found it. So basically, yeah, this is the Iron Fist No More teaser. You see, it's the whole
Come
throwback to
on,
Spider-Man,
bro.
the
Come on,
Iron
y'all.
Fist. Look,
Y'all got to stop going back to that well, man. Come on,
dude,
bro.
look, the Spider-Man, the Spider-Man No More. You got Iron Fist you got the suit in the trash can. He walking away. But someone actually pointed out that this was Mr. Or was it Emrillis Dragon 1 on Twitter? They hit me up and they were like, they said they think that it might be Swordmaster because of the broken what looks like broken sword shards on the ground. Because basically what they said is they haven't revealed who the character is going to be. We don't know. We don't really know who the character is going to be in this. Who's going to be the new Iron Fist?
Who was the child that was peeping out the window? Who that peeping out the window?
Oh, you know what? Here, let me pull that back up because
I wonder if that might be a little bit something. Who that?
Oh, that's a good question.
window?
I didn't even think about that. That's actually that's a good call out there. Honestly, I just thought it was somebody's random ass fucking cat staring out the window, looking mad the motherfucker. Like, man, give me some goddamn meow mix.
Oh my lord.
But we've got oh, here we go. But yeah, the main thing here is that you've got this new guy, this new kid on the block, who's going to be the new Iron Fist. No one knows what his true identity is. No one knows who's going to be. Basically, all we know is that it's going to be it's a new character supposedly. It's probably a character we've already seen before. Maybe I know a lot of people started throwing out names like Shang-Chi. I don't think it's Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
I think
Shang-Chi got too much going on right now. He's basically a Daredevil and Bendis' run right now. He's running this show and everybody is on his ass. Apparently people in chat are saying that's a demon, not a girl. And apparently you see that girl fighting Swordmaster. So that's giving people even more validity.
Oh, they're giving me more reason to think it's Swordmaster?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not against it. If it's Swordmaster, I don't think it's a bad thing because honestly, that would raise that character's cachet.
Oh no! Anytime I think of Swordmaster, I think of fucking Sportsmaster, and then I think of Casey Jones.
Dude, I go okay. I don't know if you've been watching Stargirl, but
I have not.
They did a really funny because okay, so Sportsmaster and Tigress were in the first season of Stargirl.
Okay,
and of course, after everything went down, they got arrested, so they've been in jail. And they haven't been able to watch their daughter. I mean, this is spoiler. This ain't really a spoiler, motherfuckers. Y'all know this shit by now. Artemis. Artemis Croc, the girl that is their daughter.
Yeah. You found that out in Young Justice.
Yeah, that's Young. And then they tried to do that shit in a piss poor fashion on Arrow and didn't even get it right.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Artemis was on Arrow, and they mishandled that so poorly. But no, Artemis is on Stargirl, but she's not, she's not like the character that we know her as right now. She's still sour that her parents got sent to jail. But like there's an episode in this current season of Stargirl where Stripesy, Pat Dugan, he actually helps Sportsmaster and Tigress get to come to see their daughter Artemis do football tryouts because Artemis is like the quarterback for the high school football team or whatever, and they wanted to watch her play, and because they're in jail they can't. So he basically cut him a deal. He did him a favor. Like they broke out of jail, and he was like, "All right, cool. I'm not going to turn y'all in. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all got to do." And they even stayed at the house, whatever. Anyway, that shit made Sportmaster kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I used to think Sportsmaster was a dumbass character. But they actually found a way to make that motherfucker interesting on that show. And I was like, dude, I'm here for it.
I just laugh at the motherfucker named Sportsmaster. And then Scott Snyder was like, hey, I'm going to come out with this book called Batman Eternal that comes out every week. And this motherfucker is the mastermind behind Batman Eternal. This man in a Casey Jones Jason mask.
Look, hey, what's your superpower? What's your thing? Man, I got a bat, and I can swing that motherfucker like it's a goddamn sword. Well, why don't you just use a sword? Man, shut up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Somebody posted
Mind your business.
somebody posted something on Twitter saying, "Never forget when Casey Jones tried to go undercover in some kind of Foot Clan place."
Oh yeah, he showed up with the mask on.
He showed up with the mask on, with the golf club
with
on his
golf
neck,
clubs and the cricket bat
suit,
shit.
but got the mask.
I was like, man, you need your ass whooped. Casey Jones, you need your ass whooped. Lord have mercy. Anyway, what we got was it Detrick Morton, let's see, with the $5 super chat says Caroline Dries also did the same thing to Cat Graham on Vampire Diaries.
Oh wow, I
did not know that.
I did not know that.
I did not know that. Okay,
Dietrich,
so that makes it all make sense.
Yeah, Dietrich, number one, thank you for that 5. Number 2, I don't want to see your tongue in your profile pic. I'm gonna need you to get that shit up out of here. I almost put you in the hole when I saw it.
Oh,
but I did not know that happened to Cat Graham. Cat Graham was one of the few reasons I even watched Vampire Diaries, because I was hoping she went with the angsty vampire boy, whatever the fuck his name was.
I haven't watched Vampire Diaries in so long. I was so committed to that show for like 2 seasons, and then I just said, "Nah, I can't do this no more."
No, I started watching the originals.
Yeah, there you go. That a better show. Walter Baptiste with the 1999 Canadian super chat says, "My boy Ernie, you've been pumping out videos all week. I love that you're grinding so hard. Cause
he really has. He been doing so much for y'all. Like, holy shit. There was something that happened this week where we were supposed to do something. He's like, "Dog, I'm gonna keep it a buck," which I gotta keep pumping these. I gotta keep getting these videos out. I got a schedule that I'm trying to keep. Bro, I think I'm just gonna do these videos. I might play something for a minute. I got some videos to do. So you all have to know the work that motherfucker right there is doing for the 60,000 strong that are in here.
Oh yeah,
that boy is trying his best to keep it as consistent as possible with y'all.
Trying, keyword.
Trying. But he is doing it. He wearing himself out. He got that little ass mini fridge. I just noticed in the year I've been doing the Blerd cave back there. You see, he got the DDR pad. He still ain't plugged that motherfucker in to try to calm his nerves.
I gotta fix it.
Oh god.
I gotta take it up. I got this trigger right here, the left arrow. I gotta take it apart so I can see what's wrong with it, because it's not registering steps.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
Yeah, he is doing the Lord's work for y'all right now. I'm trying. It's bad. I'm trying. That's why we were on Stegman's show. You know, I'm trying my best to try to keep it up there.
Carter be out here handling it. I was actually really proud. I was like, man, look, Carter out here, man, bringing some seasoning into this shit.
There you go. But yes, absolutely, T1000. Y'all ass need to be giving Ernie his flowers. That boy is doing everything in his power to keep as much shit going as humanly possible. I'm trying to be the Randy Moss to that Tom Brady, and we gonna get there at some point. But yeah,
look, just I'm gonna throw it to the numbers. I'm gonna throw it to the numbers.
Y'all got to give that boy. Y'all got to give Ernie some props, man. He is getting these videos out to you as humanly possible. Damn near inhumanly possible. He's getting these videos out to y'all.
Oh no, I like, what was it last night? Because I think we got shit. How many fucking Eternals videos have I put out? Shit, I don't even remember.
You know what I'm saying? They were pumping them out. $10 super chat from Jonathan Motor said, "Not trying, doing." Thank you.
Thank you for that. Let's see. We also got another one for the homie Gabriel Knight with the 1999 Dark Knight super chat. Says, just showing support to the cave. We appreciate you, pimp. We appreciate you. No, okay, so let's see. Okay, so I want you to understand what I did for y'all. And Grant, nobody asked me to do this, so I'm not saying it like, y'all owe me something. I did it of my own volition. I was like, I'll do it because it'll be nice to do. But I actually went back. I read I think it was 17 issues of Jack Kirby's Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
Then I didn't read all of Peter Gillis's run because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't. Anyway, I kind of skimmed about, I think it was 18 issues of Peter Gillis's Eternals run. Then I actually read Neil Gaiman's Eternals run because it was only like 7 issues. It was actually really good. That to me is when Eternals got interesting. Neil Gaiman made me care about Eternals. And then there was the Charlie and Daniel Knopf run of Eternals. That's pretty damn good too. It actually raises the stakes for Eternals. And of course, Kieran Gillen. Kieran Gillen's one that actually made me really interested. That's actually the only reason I even did it, because I've been reading the Kieran Gillen run, and I'm like, dude, this shit's awesome.
I don't like talking about Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman still ain't finished Miracle Man, and that was the whole reason he came back to Marvel and gave them Angela was because he was supposed to finish Miracle Man,
and he ain't touched that shit yet. That motherfucker, he hadn't even. Well, first off, well, he's only partially responsible for Good Omens, but Good Omens only just recently got greenlit for a second season. I'm like, dude, that show been out.
Yeah, like they didn't re-release the old Miracle Man in new covers. For him to come back and finish it, boy, still ain't
done shit.
We didn't get a whole season of American Gods started and canceled.
Dude, we ain't never getting that. I didn't go ahead and made up my mind. We ain't getting that Miracle Man, pimp. But no, we did. I did a full video breakdown for the Eternals. I did a full video breakdown for Ajak, Icarus, Cersei, Thena, Makari, and Gilgamesh. So there's still 3 Eternals in the movie that I haven't done videos yet. That's Fastus, Sprite, and Droog. I'm gonna save the Sprite and Droog. I'm saving for last because I want to save it till we get closer to the release of the movie. Because honestly, for those people who aren't familiar with the Eternals, I feel like knowing more about those last 2 characters, Sprite and Droog, will probably be, I don't want to say spoiler territory, but it's kind of close to it. Because if you go into that movie, you don't know who they are. It's kind of like, oh man, but yeah, it is what it is. But that said, let's wait, we got one here from Robo Strange with the 499 super chat. Says they say rising tides raise all ships. Ernie is the tide. I mean, you know, here's the thing. And me and Robo have actually talked about this too, like off camera, on camera, whatever. I'm not above using my platform to advance others, because honestly, if I'm eating and you eating, we all eating. Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But
Mailman saying Ernie out here more devoted than Jada.
God damn it.
Man, you gotta go for that. You gotta go for that. You gotta go for that. You shooting from half court. We gotta go. We gotta get you.
Look, wait, that was a you know, you do like the underhand. You just like when the buzzer coming up, you just like, oh. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
But no, anyway. Let's get to our main thing. There's one story I was gonna bring up, but we're gonna cut it. There's nothing really to talk about there.
Okay.
We all know what terrible thing happened and why but here, let me close this out. Okay, we're back to where we need to be. Okay, cool. So last thing, and that is the Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Nova and Okoye have seemingly all been, well, first, the Okoye thing has kind of been public knowledge. I think we've all kind of known this was a thing. I don't think there's really any news there. But the Thunderbolts, I'm more like someone actually put this together. I mean, to be fair, I don't think we're gonna see Deadpool in that motherfucker. If anybody on this,
that's somebody just being ugly.
Yeah, like all the rest of this, like you got Red Hulk, Abomination, you got Ghost, U.S. Agent, Baron Zemo, you got Yelena, who's the current Black Widow. And then you got White Vision, Mayonnaise Vision. Those all make the most sense to me. Also, you know what I'm thinking about now? I wonder how this is all going to play out, because didn't technically, spoilers for Marvel's What If you haven't watched the season finale of that, because technically that show is canon. So they did just kind of backdoor away for like the OG Black Widow to just drop right the fuck back in. I'm just throwing that out there. So she might not be Black Widow for forever. She'll be like she is in the comics. She's Black Widow 2, but with the 2 eyes at the end.
I don't know, man. I still say Florence Pugh did such a good job that I wouldn't mind seeing her take that mantle for a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I would love for her to. I would love for her to. But we got some news. This one came from the GWW, and also I think Murphy's Multiverse actually posted something along these lines as well. Basically saying that Marvel is prepping for Thunderbolts to start shooting in 2023.
Okay.
They haven't given any additional details. It's rumored to be one of those secret Marvel projects that was kind of like stealth announced. Like the unnamed, untitled projects we've seen that were given dates for MCU films.
Yeah.
This makes a lot of sense, and the only reason I'm going to give this any credence is because Marvel has kind of been okay. There's two things Marvel has been setting up for this phase: the multiverse,
yeah,
shady government shit.
Okay,
those are the two key main themes of Marvel Phase 4. Multiverse, shady government shit. And this falls into shady government shit. We got what was it? What was it? Val. We got Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She just running around here, got the blue streak in her hair, just out here. Look, you can tell that woman, she literally left her house and came on the set.
Lane Bennett is acting like a goddamn fool in Marvel.
Man. And we know that she's been recruiting people because we saw in spoilers for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but U.S. agent, she recruited him. We know that Baron Zemo is still out there somewhere. We know that Ghost is one of the few Marvel villains, quotey fingers, villains, because she's not really the Venom of Ant-Man and she's not really the villain of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Not really. But she is still alive, and she is redeemed by the end of the movie. We know that, of course, Yelena at the end of Black Widow in the post credits, she was recruited, and we know she's going to be appearing in the Hawkeye TV series. White Vision is still just doing whatever the fuck White Vision does.
Apparently, people are calling him Cataract in the chat.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That actually works. That actually works because he was actually called Project Cataract in the
no, he would.
He was. It was.
No, he would.
Yeah, he was. Remember what was the dude's name? What was the evil sword leader dude? That's what they called him. They called it Project Cataracts. So yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. He's still around. We know that he left. And honestly, man, they didn't adapt it one for one, but it was basically like what happened in the OG West Coast Avengers series when like Vision was like destroyed and they rebuilt him, but he wasn't the green, red, and yellow Vision before. He was the white Vision like this, but he wasn't anything like the Vision that Wanda knew. Dude, when I did that video for Trial of Magneto, I went back and did the research for this. Dude, I forgot how stone cold he broke up with Wanda. He broke up with that motherfucker over the phone. Like, that motherfucker called Avengers HQ and said, yeah, Wonder. He basically pulled, dude, that motherfucker Vision basically pulled a Harlem Nights. That man said, yeah, Wonder Man, it's Vision. Put Wanda on the phone. Oh, she ain't there? All right, well, tell her it's Vision. I ain't never coming home no more. He didn't even tell her. He broke up with Wanda through Wonder Man. Wanda wasn't even on the phone.
Yeah, that boy been around humans too long. He been around humans too long. Skynet is real. Skynet is
right?
real.
But no,
we acting too human right now.
Look, he's like, look, wait a minute. Cataract, he looked like type motherfucker that, like, you ask him, be like, hey man, Cataract, you want to come you want to come go to the club with us? And he'd be like, who going? And then you'd be like, oh, Wanda coming? He'd be like, yeah, no, I can't make it. But no,
I'm wondering if when this starts, I'm wondering if we'll see Hawkeye on this Thunderbolts team.
Yeah, because Hawkeye has history. He has history.
But here's the thing, though. I'm more so main Kate.
Oh, okay.
Because
I see where you're going. Yeah.
Looking at the trailers that we have seen of Hawkeye, Kate Bishop seems more, and this was something that you and I were going back and forth with on Blerd.radio. In this, she seems more an impressionable youth, if I can use an old phrase.
Okay, yeah, I feel you. I feel where you're coming from.
So I could very easily see her maybe more so getting manipulated by Lane Bennett's, just with that authority that she has. And, from what we've seen of US Agent, what we've seen with Florence, she has a good sales pitch that people will lean more towards. So it would be interesting if we end up seeing Kate with this team, because she basically got played. I always want to spoil and say her other name.
Oh,
I have to catch myself every time. That's why I just keep saying Elaine, because I can stick with Seinfeld because it's funny. I almost said that other name she got.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to spoil nothing for y'all.
No.
But yeah, I think it would be interesting if Kate ended up on this team somehow.
I can get down with that. Now I know someone we definitely can say is likely to show up is I won't say Red Hulk proper, but I will say Thunderbolt Ross is definitely a character we can hope to see, because we know he's going to be in She-Hulk. He's actually Thunderbolt Ross is set to appear in She-Hulk. He's even set to appear as Red Hulk, supposedly. We don't know how that's going to play out. I don't think that's actually how it's going to play out.
I don't believe we're going to see Red Hulk at all. I think that is a pipe dream. I don't think we're going to see any standalone Hulk, side character Hulk of any other colors that are not green. I think, we're going to see She-Hulk. Of course we are. May we see, Mark Ruffalo pop up here and there? Sure. Why not? We ain't seeing no other colors. We ain't,
I don't know, man.
It would be cool to see.
Yeah.
We ain't seeing no other colors.
I mean, hey, you never know. This is a because we got a whole ass Marvel. The only reason why I say I'm leaning more towards it than not is because you look at all the actors that they have, all the characters they have. Eventually, some of these characters are going to age out. Some of these characters are going to have to go somewhere else, go do something else. And they seem comfortable with the idea of legacy and passing of mantles so far. But the only reason it's like, dude, what else you got? Was it my boy Hurt out here? What else you got him out here for? Y'all just gonna wheel this motherfucker out every now and again? But I mean, I would at least like to keep him around Thunderbolt Ross.
I think we'll see a lot more Thunderbolt Ross than seeing fucking Red Hulk.
Yeah, but we do know Abomination. He's still alive.
Yeah,
he ain't in the gulag no more. He is out as of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah,
so that's good news. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not against this. I mean, if this is going to be a thing, it's the least surprising thing they could have announced. The other thing is Nova.
Dick Rider.
Dude, you know what? If they don't make that joke at least once,
I promise I'm gonna be mad. I'm so mad.
But your boy Nova, which I'm all for this. Nova's a character that's kind of been on the sidelines since 5 ever. He was supposed to be. He was originally.
I wouldn't even say he was put on the sidelines. I would just say they were made to look terrible.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, Nova was in the original script for Guardians of the Galaxy, the volume 1. He was originally supposed to be a character that was among the group, but they wrote him out because they said there were too many characters to introduce, so they didn't want to introduce the Nova proper without giving him his own thing. And then they were gonna introduce him in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but once again they were trying to introduce Mantis and Ego the Living Planet, and James Gunn had very specific designs that he wanted things to go one specific way, so he chose once again not to introduce Nova there. And there were rumors that he would get introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but so far that's not happening. We do know that Adam Warlock is going to be there because James Gunn did actually come out and confirm that shit.
Yeah.
He debunked everything else. But he did say that that Will Poulter is playing Adam Warlock. He actually, because he even said, he's like, I normally don't do this, but yeah, this is actually true.
I think it's actually good that he didn't show up in volume 2. I don't think you know, laughing with Batista was not a good sequel, and that wouldn't have been a good way to introduce Richard Rider. Introducing Richard Rider and laughing with Batista wouldn't have been a good look. So I'm happy he wasn't even in the sequel.
I don't have any I don't think the sequel is as good as volume 1, but I don't have any problems with it. Like as far as I don't hate it or anything.
Here's my question to you though.
Okay.
Now, what if we do get Nova, but what if we don't get Richard Rider? What if we actually get Jeff Loeb's son? What if we get Sam Alexander in there?
Oh, I'd be perfectly fine with that. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah.
Okay. Instead of them going the Guardians route, what if they try to go the Shazam route with Sam?
Well, yeah. So here's what I think is going to happen with this. This is something that's kind of been bandied about. So it's not like anything I came up with. But one of the rumors around the campfire was that if a Nova movie was made, that it would actually have both Richard Rider and Sam Alexander in it. Like, because we know as of Infinity War, Xandar's been fucked off. The Nova Corps is basically supposed to be like completely fucking just destroyed. And basically what they were positing is that the story would basically center around a Richard Rider who is the last Nova, and he discovers that like the helmet, that's the story. Sam Alexander, like his father was in the Nova Corps, so he gets the father's helmet, puts the helmet on, boom, he's Nova. That like he ends up learning that there's a new kid on the block, and he's trying to help coach that kid up. So basically, kind of like what they did with Ant-Man, where like you have Hank Pym in the movie, but he's not the main character; he's the mentor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did go the Sam Alexander route.
That would piss people off.
Oh, I know
that would piss people off.
People would be angry, but I'm not gonna lie, I'd be perfectly fine with it. I'd be like, it's fine, man. It's whatever.
We finally get to see Richard Rider. He a mentor. That boy in like 20 minutes of the movie. Oh, people finna lose their mind.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I would if it were up to me. This is how I would do it personally. I would do it the way they did Captain Marvel. I would give Nova his own movie first. Then I would start introducing other Novas. Like what they're doing with Captain Marvel 2, the Marvels, which is what is, the Marvels is just what it's called, not Captain Marvel 2, but you just get what I'm saying. Brie Larson's back as Captain Marvel, but they're also bringing in Tiana Paris. They're bringing her back as Monica Rambeau. She's going to be a major part of the film. They're also going to be bringing in Miss Marvel as well, even though there's some controversy there now because apparently people don't like that they supposedly changed her powers. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. As long as her personality is the same, I don't give a shit. But basically what they're saying now is that aside from the whole Thunderbolts thing, Nova is the other movie that they're now, because even Kevin Feige's come out and said that they've been trying to get a Nova movie off the ground for a minute.
Yeah.
For a minute, since like early days. So yeah. Like I think they said since like phase 2, they've been trying to kind of get a little some going. But I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. I don't know. Nova's a weird character to do because not because he's weird. Yeah. It's because I can tell you right now, just like how if you do a Thunderbolts movie, there's some people going, "Oh, Marvel's just copying the Suicide Squad." You come out with a Nova movie, and I'm surprised this didn't come up with Captain Marvel when they were doing like all the Kree shit, because it's the same thing there too. But they'll see Nova be like, "Oh, here we go, fucking Green Lantern copycat," because he's space police. But I mean, honestly, that's the thing that's gonna happen because Marvel and DC make a lot of similar shit. Hell, if DC wouldn't have pulled the New Gods movie that had Ava DuVernay directing and Tom King writing, if they wouldn't have pulled that movie, Which, to be fair, recently they came out and said, "Oh, it's not canceled. It's just being put on the back burner." They're saying that shit because they're waiting to see how Eternals does. Reason why I say that is because Eternals and New Gods are the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were made by the same fucking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Kirby made New Gods. I think it was like in 1971, and then he left DC and then went to Marvel. And since he didn't get to finish New Gods, he made the Eternals. And I think Marvel even tried to market the Eternals like it was a continuation of New Gods, but that didn't work. But point of the matter is, like, yeah, every character in DC has an analog in Marvel and vice versa. So, but yeah, that's just one of those things. Like, what was it? I read an interview the other day. What was it they said? In the original Ghost Rider movie with Nick Cage, the villain was originally supposed to be Scarecrow from Marvel, not the DC Scarecrow.
Yeah.
But because Batman Begins was coming out or had come out by that point, they said that Marvel wanted them to change the villain from being Scarecrow to being Blackheart.
Okay.
Because they said they didn't want people to get confused and think that Scarecrow was the DC Scarecrow.
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
because that was a legitimate fear that people had back then. But I mean, nobody cares now. People are smart enough to figure that shit out for themselves. Look, we got multiverse shit going on now. If y'all couldn't keep up before, I don't know what to tell you. But the other thing that's coming up is, we talked about was Okoye. She's going to be getting her own Disney Plus spinoff series from Black Panther.
You got to make that drum sound.
Oh, Louis. Well, T'Challa. I never noticed that shit the first 2 or 3 times I saw it, but like one day I was just chilling with my baby girl, my daughter. We were watching Black Panther together, and I was like, they are chanting that motherfucker's name. I was like, God damn. Well, just sitting here just doing that shit. But no, Okoye, we knew they were going to be making a Wakanda Disney Plus spinoff series. I think that's still happening. But there was always rumor that Okoye would get her own show. Matter of fact, a lot of people were surprised it wasn't Okoye in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But it was Io who was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, not Okoye. I remember there was so many motherfuckers that was confused. I remember as soon as they saw a bald-headed black woman, they was like, "Oh, it's Michonne." Lord. I was like, y'all need to go on somewhere with that shit for real. But no, I'm down with this because I think, was it Black Panther? Black Panther Wakanda Forever is not going to drop until 2023, maybe. If that. Here, I'm actually gonna look that up. Let's see. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Oh, it's actually slated for 2022. So there you go. But they turn these shows around so fast, they technically could release it whenever. It doesn't take them long to film these shows. They filmed WandaVision in almost no time. They just took their sweet time releasing it because of COVID. I think they wanted to like have it drop at a specific time because they wanted stuff to line up with the movies. And since the movies weren't coming out at that time, they're like, oh, kind of stagger this shit.
Yeah.
But no, Okoye, I think works. A show about Adora Milaje or the Dora Milaje as a whole, I think is just fine. I'm perfectly okay with it. What do you think? Do you think it would work?
It could. It could. Stuff like that. I don't want to speak, and I hate to do this, but I don't.
Shit. Go ahead, say it. Say it.
No. What I'm gonna say is I don't want to speak on it until we see something.
Right? Yeah. I got you.
That especially when it comes to certain stuff that could be, it's very interesting where it could go.
Okay. Yeah. I feel
you know what I'm saying. So, this is one of the few times I don't have anything to say to it. I'm on the wait and see right now. You give me so much shit because I will speak on something and not wait for it because, in your words, not many people are as passionate and anal as you.
You know, it's true. Well,
So
okay, it's like it's kind of like now. Let's be fair here. Let's be fair. Let's be very fair.
okay.
So you and I both know we're you and I are smart enough to know that audiences differ. You've got your general audience who don't know shit about shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's going because fucking Marvel movie. They don't
Mhm.
read no comics. They don't read no. They don't. They like. They might have read comics in the past,
Mm-hmm.
but on large part, general audiences are usually people who are uneducated when it comes to the subject matter of the movies that Marvel is putting out. That's general audience right there. And then you got the diehards. You know, people and I won't say diehards, but people who are knowledgeable. You got those people, the actual comics fans. You got those. Then you got your diehard stands, and then you got your diehard haters. Those are your four major groups of fans or people that these movies are marketed towards. It was kind of like I see it from so many different angles because I like to use Eternals as an example. When the first couple of trailers for Eternals came out, most common criticism I heard from people who were not just comics fans, but also from that general audience group, there was a lot of people who were kind of just like, I don't really see anything to write home about. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't think this interests me or whatever, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we're going to be those same people that are going to say, man, I wish Marvel would change it up and do something different. And then when Marvel does something different, they get criticized for it. They're like, oh, you should have stuck to the formula, but you just told me I should have changed. It's like we get really schizophrenic with Marvel a lot of times, and it's getting to the point now where I feel like the wait and see approach is probably the best approach. Like even for me, I don't like for as much as I love Black Panther, for as much as I love Spider-Man, for as much as I love all of these different properties that are getting movies. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Both Monica Rambeau and Carol Danvers. I don't give a fuck. I love them both.
Yeah.
And not only that, I'm a huge fan of Kamala Khan, and they're gonna all three be in the same movie. As much as I'm excited for that shit, I'm still playing the wait and see approach. Just because I want to see what they do. I mean, yeah, and even if it doesn't wow me when I first see it, I mean, I'm just gonna be like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, no, I'm not gonna watch it, or like, oh, I'm not into it. Like, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go see it, for no other reason than curiosity.
Yeah.
For no other reason. But yeah, it just I think a lot of times that's not a bad way to do it. Just wait and see. Wait and see what happens. Yeah. It might be good, might be bad. It might be some wet bread shit. And if it is, we'll talk some shit when the Blerd Cave come out. Like we did. We talked about Venom. Because I was one of the main people who was kind of like, I'll wait and see. I don't think it's gonna be bad. And I wouldn't go see it. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was great either. I mean, I enjoyed it. I had fun, but it was the same way I felt about the first Venom movie.
Yeah.
And even though I enjoyed it, I'll still talk some shit about it because it's got some dumb shit in it. I mean, but y'all know me. That's the same way I do with comics.
Yeah.
True story. If I shit on something, a lot of times it's because I actually do like it.
Yeah.
Like if I can't make fun of it, that's when you need to be worried that about how I feel about something. Is when I can't talk shit about it. If I make fun of it, that's because that comes from right here. Like
it comes from Venom eye or Carnage's eye.
Where it comes from his left eye.
Jesus Christ.
Because he's TLC now. Anyway, I'm sorry. We got a super chat from Ed Boy in the Cub with the $5 super chat. Let's see here. This one says Nova movie should go the Green Lantern route, except you don't kill Ryder. Hand it off like Abin Sur did to Hal. Yeah, no, I mean I agree. 1,000%. If you're gonna switch it up, like have it pass, like pass the mantle. Don't be afraid to pass a mantle on. You know, that it's comics. People will get used to it. Honestly, that's the thing I love about these movies is that people are more like when the whole Captain America thing happened with Sam Wilson, people were more receptive to it in the MCU than they were to it in the comics.
I mean, in people's defense, look how Nick's, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone.
Look, I'm about to say you and Nick, dude, you and Nick Spencer, man, y'all. Look,
I'm leaving it alone.
We don't need to get you. No, we need to get y'all. What was that? What was that boy? Was it Floyd Mayweather and Logan? Was it was it Logan Paul?
One of them Pauls. It was one of them
Pauls. We need to get y'all in a boxing match. It'll be Carter beating the fuck out of them.
What Blerd is saying is he loved the first Suicide Squad. I mean, I like the first Suicide Squad.
I did too. I actually really enjoyed it.
Some of you all took that shit too serious. You all didn't take that movie for what it was. You all enjoyed the second film more than the first film, even though the second film was better, but they were both doing the same thing.
Yeah,
both of those Suicide Squad movies were literally just dumbass action movies.
Yeah, they did the same shit.
That's literally what both of them were stupid ass action movies. And y'all did not respect that first one in the slightest. Yes, because Jared Leto was being a fucking weird.
He was being Jared Leto. He was being very extra. He's being very extra.
Which brings me back to Stegman's show. Because apparently he has this thing where he will look up what has Jared Leto said today. And he will specifically look up what Jared Leto said and just laugh to himself for a few minutes because of how fucking stupid it is.
Oh my god.
That is Ryan Stegman and Chips and Darcy are awesome. They literally look up a random factoid of what Jared Leto said because they know it's gonna be fucking retarded.
I believe it. I believe that shit. What was it Gokon Sherry's baby's father's $5 super chat says, "Does shoulder blur? You deserve it. And what are Nova's abilities and how strong is he?" So
he has the ability of blue blazes.
Well, that too. Well, okay. So here's the main thing. Nova basically has the superhuman grab bag, or like superhuman strength, speed, stamina, durability, reflexes, agility, all that bullshit. They used to call him, what was it, the human rocket?
Yeah.
Because basically he could fly so fast and like he was basically Cannonball, is basically what he was. He was like a non-mutant version of Cannonball. And he can fire off like he has, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be talking out of turn here. If I'm not mistaken, the Nova Core is fueled by the power cosmic to some degree or another. Like they can fire off like cosmic energy blasts and shit like that. Beyond that, I'm not, for as much as I used to read Nova and New Warriors and all that shit back in the day, I'm not as terribly familiar with the minutia of his power set beyond that.
Let me explain. So you could have made it all very easily just by saying, "Oh, you want to know? Wait, what did he say? Oh, you want to know how strong is he and what are his abilities?" That's easy, Gokon Sherry's baby father. Go play Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh yeah, that is true. That's
all you gotta do. Go play Marvel 3.
Marvel vs. Capcom, dude. Oh my god, I haven't touched Marvel vs. Capcom 3 in some time.
I downloaded it on my Vita yesterday to play it at work, and yeah, I can't play that on a handheld.
Nah, you need the Pro controller for that shit.
You need.
Can you look up a Pro controller to a
I'm talking about a Vita, Ernie, not a Switch.
Oh, never mind. Well, even then, I wonder if you can hook up a PlayStation controller to a Vita.
I think it's like a remote play kind of thing.
Oh,
because I can play shit off the PS3 and the PS4. Like I've just to see one day when you and I played Fortnite once. I was in bed playing that fucker on the Vita.
Damn.
I was using remote play, and then I went in the bathroom to see if I could still keep the signal.
This motherfucker.
You can use a Pro controller on a Switch though. On the Switch Lite, you have to hook it up where the charger port is. You can actually do that.
I want y'all to know Robo told on y'all.
Oh yeah,
Man, we need some jazz
that's
music.
like the third or fourth time that he has snitched on this chat.
Look, he
See,
said
look,
we need to get him up.
even in that picture, he don't look how he sound.
Oh, God. We and Robo were laughing. We were like, I wonder what he thought you sounded like.
Oh.
Or what you thought, or not sound like, but what you thought he would look like.
Man, it's like I'm not. That's mean. That's mean. I can't bring up that person. I can't bring up that person. I'm just gonna say, I did not expect him to look how he sounded. What was that motherfucker's name? Who was that who played E Honda in the Jean-Claude Street Fighter movie?
Oh God. You know, actually, I'm gonna look this shit up now because now I have to know. Street Fighter 94. Let's see who we got here. That was Peter Navy. I'm not gonna say his last name because that is a Samoan ass name. It's like Tuasapopo or Tuasopo. I don't know.
Why are you bringing up the dude who is in the hyperbolic time chamber? Why are you bringing up Mr. Popo?
Oh Lord. Anyway, you know what? On that note, Carter, what is your? We're gonna go through these kind of quick because we actually have. I actually meant to mention this earlier. I was actually shooting for a shorter show today because we have another stream that's coming up after this one, which oddly enough, speaking of Robo Strange, myself and Robo Strange will both be on. So I'm going to take a quick break and then come back and I'll be streaming again. I'm going to try to at least. I'm going to try because I might have to use StreamYard to do it as well. But we're going to be in stream. It's going to be weird. Anyway, point of the matter is, Carter, what was your recommended book for the week?
My recommended book this week, just keep it quick and to the point, Task Force Z.
There you go. That's Matthew Rosenberg.
Yes, it is. It's Red Hood, the Arkham Knight, Bane, Man-Bat, and Mr. Bloom, who I was talking about from when Jim Gordon was Batman. Everyone except Mr. Bloom and Jason Todd this is basically it's Task Force Z, except the other members of the team are cannibalistic zombies.
They were all like resurrected.
They're
undead.
They're being fed Lazarus Pit edibles to keep themselves alive.
Shit's crazy. You know what? Just to keep it simple, Sang. I actually really enjoyed that book. I wasn't expecting to. I actually almost chose Deathstroke Incorporated instead, which also is also a good book. But there's a lot of mystery that's still building with that book. Yeah. But I will say it was very interesting watching Deathstroke go up against Cyborg Superman. Was really
okay.
Cool. I like
that. I did not know that was gonna be in there because I gotta read. I still gotta read Daredevil. I gotta see Electrified out these bullseyes.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. I need to. Oh man, Daredevil, dude. Speaking of Chip Zdarsky, yeah, man. Daredevil's been good. It's been very good. Y'all ain't shit. Man said Nova's powers putting Gamora in the Steiner recliner. Lord.
Anytime I think about Gamora having sex with anybody, I always go back to this one panel of Guardians of the Galaxy when Bendis was writing when Tony hit. And that look of horror on his face. And it always reminded me of when Peter and Brian were talking on Family Guy. He was just like, last night, Lois was the man. And
dude, man. Gamora is like Gamora is wild. She's wild. Like,
and what made it funnier is Tony walked out of that room and Rocket looked at him and was basically like, yeah, she got your ass, didn't it? And started flaming him.
Look, broke your ass off. Had you in the master lock. He was like, but no, I love that. That book was awesome.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's get into some questions. Because I see one already. Bill 930505 with questions. Thoughts on Dolores in King of Fighters
6.
In King of Fighters 6?
It's not 6, it's 16. It's 15 or 16.
Yeah, I think it's 15.
I said it as soon as I saw that character. I said, "Yep, Bishop and Ernie playing with her. They playing that game.
Oh yes, most certainly.
They playing that game now. They put a Quisha in that game. They put a Latasha in that game.
Actually, here I want to bring her up just so y'all can see who I'm talking about. But yeah, basically, like, and I actually said this on Twitter too. When I first saw her, for a split second I had to double take. I was like, did they put Storm in the game? I was like, is this Frenzy?
Boy saw Javicia Leslie video game edition.
Dude, right? I mean, that's what it felt like. But let me see here. I found it. Here we go. Bam. And let's do a little share. And there you go. Add to stream. There you go. That is Dolores. But here's the thing I love about it. The costume she's wearing, the outfit she's wearing, it is kind of similar to Storm's old costume from back in the day. That's one of the reasons why I thought it was. I was like, did they put Storm in this shit? But yeah, no, I like her. She's getting played. She's her and that little Brazilian capoeira fighting woman that I use a lot in 14. I don't remember her name because it's been a minute, but like my squad is usually consists, at least as of KOF 14. Yeah. My squad is usually either going to consist of Iori Yagami, Ryo Sakazaki from Art of Fighting, Mai Shiranui. Oh yeah. Dude, no, what I love to do with Ryo, hit you with that world's strongest punch. Because I be saving for that motherfucker. But no, Mai Shiranui, Joe Higashi, Yamazaki, the capoeira chick, Vanessa, the chick that does the boxing, the redhead that does the boxing. Yeah. And I also am pretty deadly with Mature. I'm not as good with Vice, but I'm good with Mature. And
is Mature is the blonde, or is
Mature
that
is the blonde?
Okay. Okay.
Mature. Vice is the redhead.
Yeah. That shit at you.
Oh, dude, I love that.
Dude, that long ass jacket.
Dude, that shit. And dude, Yamazaki, that motherfucker always got his hand in his pocket. Dude, I'd be waiting for a motherfucker. Like, let me sit there waiting, be like, BAP! Get your ass
First time I saw Yamazaki, he tripped me out. That boy hitting your ass one hand with a tongue out. Well, I always get his tongue out every move he does.
Well, you know, because what he was doing is he keep the knife in his pocket. Like when he have his hand in his pocket, he holding on to a knife. that man out here this man got the straight razor out here waiting on motherfuckers to fuck up.
Found out from Jonathan Motor saying Tony Stark got put in the camel clutch. Yes, he did. Playing with him. D Block Dragon is asking why, because I figured you're gonna love to talk about this. Why are critics downing the Eternals?
I haven't seen many critics downing it. I think the worst I've actually seen people say is that it's a Marvel movie. Like, yeah, because everybody's like, oh, it's so different. It's so different. But there's critics out there saying, oh, well, I mean, it's doing the same shit other Marvel movies do. And even some of my favorite critics I follow have not been downing it. They've basically just been like, what was it? I'll say it. What was it? Double Toasted. One of my favorite review channels. Was it Corey and Martin were split on it.
Yeah. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, Martin said that it was like I think he said it was like a high rental. And Corey said that it was I think he said it was a matinee. I can't remember exactly. But Corey was actually really into it. Like, he actually thought it was cool. Yeah. He enjoyed it. He did criticize that it does do the standard Marvel shit, but he thought that he said he enjoyed it. At least the way he talked about it, he was way more into it than Martin was. Martin wasn't really all that into it. One of my other favorite reviewers, Jeremy Johns, if I remember correctly, I think because his rating system is different. He said
he was going to buy it on Blu-ray or something, I think.
No, he said it was a good time, no alcohol required.
Did he? Maybe I was watching a different review of his then.
I mean, he might. I think I remember him saying it's a good time, no alcohol required. Okay. But that said, like, the people who I trust, the people whose opinions I actually take into consideration when I want to watch a movie, or if I'm curious about a movie, none of them have been unfavorable. Now, what's been happening is people have been review bombing.
Yeah.
Eternals. Those aren't film critics. Those are trolls. Those are people who are mad because the movie has LGBTQ themes, and which honestly, it's only with one character.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, he said it was a low. Okay, that's what it was. Ed Boy, he said low matinee. That's what Corey gave. The movie comes out next week.
Was that you and me that were talking about that girl from Double Toasted with the OnlyFans?
Yes, it was me and you.
Okay.
And yep, that's it. That's it. That's
$4.99 from Bebo Training. Y'all interested in that Army of Thieves movie on Netflix? I plan on watching that tonight, actually.
I'm good. I've actually already heard bad things about it, so I'm just like, no. I remember one of the
I don't even think he did this one. I don't think Snyder did this one though.
No, but it's a prequel. It's a prequel.
I know it's a prequel, but you don't have to worry about the lens flare and the blurry shit.
No, I'm good. I don't even like. I didn't even like that character. The safe cracker guy. I didn't even like him.
Okay.
Let's see. The like, so everything else. Everything else, like, it's whatever. I'm gonna go see Eternals next week, and we'll talk about it on the channel. Duh, obviously.
All right. Comment question: Are you checkboxing those Sinister secrets in recent X issues?
Yes. Some of them have been revealed. I don't have them in front of me right now, but I have been keeping up with it because there was something that happened in Sword recently that I accidentally mistook for a Sinister secret, but it actually wasn't. It was something that was actually teased earlier in Sword when they were talking about there being a traitor. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, was that a Sinister secret that they just revealed? And I was like, oh, wait, no. They revealed this like several issues ago. I just forgot about it. Let's see here. Black Phoenix said, you hate how basic the Eternals costume look. They took all the Kirby out of them. Honestly, I feel like that's what they did, is put the Kirby in it. I'm not here to talk shit about Jack Kirby's art. Because it's not the art that I'm talking about. Jack Kirby's costumes were just weird looking. I mean, let's be real. Jack Kirby's costumes were fucking weird. Jack looked fucking weird.
No, I have a dirty mind. When I read that comment, I just thought about little Kirby just putting it on Angelina Jolie, just putting it on her.
Oh my god. By the way, my homie the Cerebros is in here. Y'all go follow, please. Thank you. That's my homie Verno over there, right there, chilling. Let's see. We got one from Shaman 05 line that y'all super chat. It says character looks. New Bay, character name, Yo Grandma. Wow.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I feel lost. I feel old now.
I'm so confused.
Hit the day. Was it? Oh goddamn! Yeah, I gotta hit the day. I will have to hit the danger button for Carter though. I'm sorry. I apologize. Danger.
What did I do?
No, you was talking about Kirby.
I don't know why that popped into my head. I just thought of little ass Kirby, just a little pink blob, just breaking somebody off.
Let's see. I mean, I do get it. Like, I do get it. Like I said, the thing is, Kirby's shit is so striking and it's so weird that it doesn't always translate to screen unless you do it 1-to-1, and then it just looks weird and out there. It sticks out in a way that I don't know. I mean, I do wish the Eternals costumes were a little bit closer to what they are in the Kieran Gillen run, because that is something I brought up in my Gilgamesh videos, that Gilgamesh's costume does not look anything like of Gilgamesh and Kingo are nothing like their comic book counterparts, like not even close. Whether or not that'll change, because I know they changed Makari to be more like the Makari that's in the movie in the Eternals comics, and they changed Ajak to be just like how Ajak is in the Eternals movie. So they've both been changed to being women, but and women of color at that. Makari is even deaf in the in Gillen's run. But I did think it was funny. It was something they brought up in Double Toasted. They were like, this kind of a troll. They were like, man, they said, how fucked up is it? These motherfuckers got the power of gods, but they can't let this bitch hear. That's like they said, no, you good. you can run, you all right. Let's see.
Oh, that's what that super chat was.
Gotcha. Okay, I see it now.
I got it now.
Let's see. I've heard the rumors of Patrick Stewart show up and appearing in Multiverse of Madness. alongside a Magneto Disney Plus series and a Wolverine Anthology Disney Plus series.
I've
not
never heard
any
of that.
I've not heard. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I want those things. I don't know if I want any of those things just yet.
Hey man,
honestly,
better stop hating on Kirk. Better stop hating on Kirk, man. Or
hey,
not Kirk, Picard. You see,
Picard.
I don't know Star Trek at all.
No.
I should not speak on that shit at all.
See, no, you gotta do it like Q. You gotta do it like Q from Next Generation. You gotta call him Picard. Like that was the only motherfucker I think ever called Jean-Luc Picard out his name. Like he never called him Picard like everyone else did. He was always like Picard.
Yeah, I got to make sure I don't ever speak on Star Trek again. I lose points for that one. I lose points.
That's
for that
all
one.
right.
And I caught myself, and I lose points for that one.
Here, let me see something. Okay, cool. Thank you, Robo, for sending me that link. We're gonna answer some quick questions from the Discord, and then I gotta jump off here because I gotta go get ready for this. I need to go eat something, so I'm not a hangry person.
All right. Donut maker Sakazuki saying, suppose that James Gunn closes off Guardians of the Galaxy in this third movie. If Marvel decides to continue to do Guardians movies without James Gunn using a different roster, who would we want as the director? Who would we want as director, and what characters would we want to see?
I wouldn't mind seeing Quasar or like Phyla-Vell, Moondragon, Cosmo, maybe Howard the Duck. I don't know, make it weird. Bring in Howard the Duck. Yeah, make it weird. Director, I also don't know about director. That one's a tough one because you'd have to get someone who actually had those kind of sensibilities. That could make it and keep it goofy.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anybody off the top of my head though.
All right. The second one.
You missed one, by the way. We got one from LJ Brown. Was a top 3 anime series film with best soundtrack for me. It's Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, and Hellsing original series. Minus Hellsing, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo would be like right up there.
There you go.
And then as far as like a third, Death Parade.
Okay. I'm trying to get through those questions real quick because you can dip out. The second one is
go ahead.
Okay, that's not a question, Shadow the Cat. The next one, Urban Prince Strong Style. With the X-Men coming to the MCU, do you think the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise coming to an end, they should introduce the Starjammers as a way to incorporate the X-Men? Same thing I said. Thank you very much, sir. Boy in the cut. Jonathan Hickman is cooking up something at Marvel. His creator-owned series Decorum at Image still has one more issue to go, and the last issue came out in March. What do you think that he is working on?
Well, it's not X-Men related. I know that much. He did say he's working on something else for Marvel. We know that Hulk is tied up. Venom is tied up. We know that I tell you, and we know he's already done Avengers, so we know it's not Avengers. He's already done Fantastic Four. We know it's not Fantastic Four. If I had to take a wild stab at whatever it was he was doing, man, it's hard to say, honestly.
I'm gonna say that nigga do everything.
I'm gonna say he's done. Okay, you know what would surprise me? I tell you what would surprise me. If that motherfucker did something with Ghost Rider, that would actually legitimately surprise me.
Well, you know they got that new series that got announced though.
Oh shit, yeah. So he ain't doing that either. I tell you what, man, it's hard. It's tough to say because I don't know what else he could do at Marvel because everything's tied up. Everything is tied up right now, and the only thing I could see him feasibly doing, I tell you what, I got it, and it's not gonna be an answer anybody's gonna fucking like.
Okay, let me see if you say what I'm thinking. Go ahead.
Who hasn't been around lately? The Inhumans. No. I could actually see Jonathan Hickman taking the Inhumans and making them interesting. And honestly, given how people responded to his X-Men and how much, I won't say Marvel proper, because it was really more Ike Perlmutter than anybody else that really wanted to make Inhumans a household name and try and make that something that, and technically Marvel Comics did too, because they were trying to have parity between the properties. But I feel like if anyone could actually do it and make it work, it would be Jonathan Hickman. I feel like Jonathan Hickman could make the Inhumans interesting to some degree or another. Maybe like take the sting kind of get the bad taste out of people's mouths from like the one thing and doing the other. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying that it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case.
Okay, what I was gonna say is something that I think people didn't forget about, and that's the reason he would do it. What if he actually comes back and just says, "Hey, I'm finishing that Shield series I never finished."
You know what? Okay. I'm actually with that. I'm with that.
Because people still waiting on that Shield shit to finish.
Oh yeah, no, that shit's been like too long in the tooth. Ooh,
I'm gonna do what you do. So with all that being said,
oh yes,
and then you gotta say your thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how I usually end things. Actually, no, I'm changing it. From now on, I'm gonna start ending videos with, well. I wonder if I should I make that a thing? Should that be a thing I start doing? Just like,
dude, when I was doing my streams, I remember watching this comedian. It was Bruce. He was like, "Man, I don't really have an ending joke. I don't really be like, all right, y'all, peace. When I'm done, I just walk the fuck off stage." So what I would do, I would just stop talking and cut stream off. Just,
you know what?
Boom.
That's not a bad way to do it. I tell you what, guys, give me about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna put another stream up. I'll be hanging out with Robo Strange, Dane from Force Adversity, Judah Rad, also alongside Robo Strange from FLC. I freaking love comics. I think Cypher is gonna be there. Who's also who kicks it with IFLC and also is with Robo Strange on the Melanated Timeline. We're gonna be talking up Halloween. It's basically a Halloween stream, so we'll be talking about horror and horror movies, horror comics, and all sorts of other horror-related stuff. Anyway, we out this motherfucker. And you know what? In the words that Ibrahim Johnson just put in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Bamf!